This Lakers-Raptors trade is focused on Fred VanVleet to Los Angeles Lakers.
It was not the finish that the Los Angeles Lakers were expecting. They showed that injuries can affect even the best teams and turn them into mediocrity. That is what we saw over the course of the NBA regular season and into the playoffs with the Lakers. Both LeBron James and Anthony Davis suffered injuries that kept them out of significant time during the regular season. The Lakers slipped into the 7th spot in the Western Conference and matched up with the Phoenix Suns in the first round. Davis continued to miss time and Los Angeles was clearly overmatched in the series. This was the first time James had been eliminated in the first round of the playoffs in his career. This is something that definitely does not sit well with James and the Lakers. That is why they can be aggressive in pursuit of a point guard to round out the roster. The Toronto Raptors could be an interesting trade partner for Los Angeles. The Raptors finished near the bottom of the Eastern Conference this season and could look to shake things up. Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam are viewed as the centerpiece players in Toronto, but they could also be the biggest trade pieces in the organization. It would be interesting to see two of the best front offices get together for a trade of this caliber. Let's take a closer look at the deal between the Raptors and Lakers that could potentially happen this offseason. Los Angeles Lakers received Fred VanVleet. Toronto Raptors received Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Marc Gasol, number 22 pick and 2025 first-round pick. Fred VanVleet would be the point guard option that the Los Angeles Lakers will be looking for. He signed a 4-year, $85 million deal to remain with the Toronto Raptors, and they could look to move that salary given how the team is best suited for a rebuild. It's clear that VanVleet has shown an ability to be a starting caliber guard and will only improve on a team with LeBron James. His shot creation and playmaking would be a natural fit to play off the ball alongside him as he did when playing with Kawhi Leonard. The Lakers will have limited options when it comes to replacing Dennis Schroeder during the offseason, and the trade route could be required. Unless, of course, a veteran who wants to chase a chance to win a ring and play in Los Angeles is willing to take less to join them. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope would lead to return to Toronto. He has been mentioned in many NBA trade rumors and seems like a likely candidate to be moved if the Lakers make a deal. His moderately sized soon-to-be expiring deal coupled with his three-point shooting ability make for a logical trade chip. Marc Gasol would also be on the move and get a chance to play in Toronto once again. The Raptors would land the 22nd overall pick in the upcoming NBA draft along with a first-round pick in 2025. Again, this would be mostly to dump long-term salary. Let's take a closer look and see how this NBA trade scenario would impact both the Los Angeles Lakers and Toronto Raptors. Does this trade make sense for the Los Angeles Lakers? The Los Angeles Lakers have been trying to improve the point guard position since LeBron James came to town. They did that last offseason with a trade for Dennis Schroeder with the Oklahoma City Thunder. Schroeder might not be interested in signing long-term, and this could lead the Lakers in another direction. Schroeder was offered a contract extension after the trade but declined. He believes he can get more in free agency and the Lakers might not reach that price tag. Even if you were willing to re-sign to stay in Los Angeles, the cost would not be worth the production. Fred VanVleet is already signed and 1 year is completed on his deal. VanVleet has experience on a championship team and is a win-now player. He can score from all three levels and would bring some more toughness and passion to Los Angeles. Most importantly of all is that VanVleet has a much greater perimeter shooting ability than Schroeder. He has a skill set that would cohesively alongside LeBron James while bringing dimensions to the Lakers' half-court attack that are sorely needed. These are all qualities a winning team has to have, especially at the most important position on the floor. The Lakers will enter next season as favorites once again, and adding VanVleet would only take that notion to the next level. Does this trade make sense for the Toronto Raptors? Masai Ujiri has some decisions to make this offseason with the Toronto Raptors. He decided to stick around and will now have to rebuild a winner. Whether that is with Fred VanVleet or not, that is yet to be seen. He is a player, along with Siakam, that would land a huge return for the Raptors. A reason for the struggles in Toronto this season was the lack of depth down low. Both Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka left in free agency, and this left a hole down low. The Raptors would get Gasol back, who was a part of their championship-winning team, as a better stopgap option than Aaron Baines. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope is another perimeter threat that would add another aspect. The Raptors could already be losing Kyle Lowry in free agency, so it will be interesting to see if they decide to move VanVleet as well. The main benefit of this deal is that Caldwell-Pope will be entering the final year of his contract in 2021 to 2022, while VanVleet still has potentially 3 years of his 4-year, $85 million remaining on his contract. It would be a prime opportunity to help clear cap space long-term for a rebuild. The Raptors have been a win-now team for many years, but that notion changed last season. If they want to get back to that level, there are plenty of options out there, and usually we'll have to decide which is the best course of action. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.